Hello, and welcome to Season 12 of The Horrific Podcast. We're two friends who live in different places but share a love for scary movies. Each week we watch the same movie on our own and then hop on a call to discuss it.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you too, my friend.
It feels weird being able to acknowledge that because we're like releasing this on the same day that we're recording it, which is a thing we'll almost never do unless we've been real lazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were going to record this yesterday, but we were both sick. You're a real horror story. Getting sick as an adult, having to like deal with work on top of that, and then having to like reschedule social engagements with adults afterwards when nobody's ever available. Like it's been terrible. I hate having to think about it. I just want to go back to bed and pretend that all my responsibilities will go away. Yeah. But, here we are recording on our lunch break because our schedules weren't busy enough already.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing too. Like another thing that I had to take into account was like, I've only been with this company since July, and like I had the flu last week, and so it was definitely like do you feel good enough to work because you're still new and you don't, but it came down to the point where I was like I can't like work, there's the flu, I'm out for the count. So yeah, it was rough, but hey, we'll still survive it.
Yep, getting through it. And part of, one of the things I think keep going through all this is we had today to look forward to. Today is Halloween, and I'm assuming that you, probably started the celebration a little bit early. Have you been doing anything to observe this auspicious holiday?
Yeah, so we definitely been trying, I think is the fair thing to say. A lot of the things that I normally do, we had to kind of postponed because of sickness, either my kid or myself. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately this Halloween time, this October, hasn't been the normal type. So like even my family had to get together on Saturday as like let's get together, watch the movies, whatever, dress up.
I feel like you're very seasonal. Like I feel like you tend to fully embrace whatever going on. Like you're a big, you want to do it big. There's a holiday. So you're big, we got traditions leading up to it, have things we do on the day and all of that. But it sounds like you've been a little derailed
this year's been super derailed. We were going to go to the pumpkin patch. We were going to go to drive-in theater, was having some, classic horrors. Like there was just a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to do this year.
Yeah.
But it just honestly nothing really, we didn't really get to do much. The only thing that we did really was, carving pumpkins. But even then, like trying to do that with a kid, I didn't even think about, normally we carve pumpkins and watch Ernest Scare Stupid. That's my tradition.
Naturally.
And we didn't even play Ernest Scare Stupid. It was just I was just thrown off this season. So this one, just kind of chalked it up like, okay, well, hopefully next year we're not sick, and which is a bummer because we legitimately like you're saying, like I'm big on holiday traditions. Like I like doing all the things to any holiday basically, and didn't get the opportunity. But what about you? How does your Halloween look?
Very half-assed, I would say. Yeah. So a couple weekends ago, Sarah had ordered these skeletons to decorate the house. And so we've got one of them affixed to the side of the house, climbing up on the overhang over the porch. And then we'd been figuring out what to do with the next one. It is currently on the floor in the entryway because we haven't done anything with it. There are two uncarved pumpkins in a flower bed in the front because we didn't end up carving. But yeah, so last night watched The Witch, and Sarah hadn't seen it. It was added to HBO Max fairly recently, I think. And in the past, I've only ever watched it on DVD on like an old PlayStation. So the audio and video quality weren't super great. And we kind of like made a thing, like we turned out all the lights. We had it, on our big TV downstairs with the good sound and everything. And it really was a cool experience, and I really enjoy it. Like, it reminded me of all the reasons I really love that movie. Mm-hmm. And Sarah, at the end, was just like, 20 or 25 minutes, she's just like frozen, like completely like in what's happening on the screen. And then at the end, she's like, I don't understand why you would movie. I don't understand why that's so high on your list. I don't know why you tell people that's good. And then she spent like the next hour and a half watching YouTube videos the movie.
That's great.
So it's just like, yeah, you were a little engaged than you want to admit.
Yeah.
But that was just a good, like, kind of, Halloween Eve experience, I guess.
Yeah, I could see that too. And that's one of your favorites. So it definitely works out. I think it's also like, that's the benefit of like our podcast. Even if we don't get the opportunities to, celebrate it like how we normally do, we are still watching our horror films, for the podcast. Yeah. So it kind of worked out, but
yeah. Are you planning to watch anything specific tonight?
Yeah. So tonight we're actually going to go take my son trick-or-treating for the first time.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
But it's just going to be like in my brother's neighborhood. So my brother lives in the fancy people neighborhood out here.
That's totally where I would go if I were still in town.
Yeah, so we're going to probably take him to like maybe 2 or 3 houses and then just spend the rest of the time with our family. Hopefully, hopefully it all kind of works out. But yeah, he's, this is another new thing, which I never thought I'd be part of, but, family costumes, as in like me, my wife, and my son. So now it's like we are family costume people. And here's the thing. It doesn't really make a difference to me, but if it enhances my son's experience, I'll do whatever it takes. And
to be fair, he is old enough that he'll totally...
Right. Yeah. He'll remember this. So he's Winnie the Pooh, and I'm going to be Tigger, and then Kate, she's going to be Piglet. But that's just something new that was just like, yeah, okay. Like I'm involved in this, too. Not just taking the boy to trick or treat, but it's all honestly like we're getting to, like, we probably have like a couple more years before like this all really kind of pays off, like where he's like excited to go trick or treating with his friends and like where I get to relive that and try to like make his experience great. And not go to like any trunk or treats because that's ruined trick or treating for everyone. Like we're going to go all over town. Like I've already got this planned, but anyway, that's a new thing that I'm in though. Family costumes.
All right.
Which I never dressed up really before. Like we never were really allowed to or anything like that. So like it is like a legit like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not really doing costumes this year. I think the most epic one we ever did was one time for a contest at work. Sarah went as boxed wine.
Oh yeah, that worked.
And it actually dispensed. And so but that was kind of a fun engineering challenge. Yeah. But yeah, this year we're not really doing much. The current plan is to have a giant bowl with candy bags that include full-size candy bars, just to put in that skeleton's lap out like on the front porch, or just because I don't want to like get kids sick or anything from us. So
that'll be fun though.
Yeah, but I'm trying to decide what to watch because I feel like they're very easier when Sarah lets me have just like my full choice of what horror movie to watch.
Yeah,
and so I got to use that. But also, while I've been working today, I've been listening to Silver Scream 2 by Last Nine Kills.
Oh, yeah.
And having rewatched Psycho recently, as we posted the episode today, I actually appreciated that song a lot more.
Yeah.
There are a lot more little clubs in it than I picked up on the first time. And so even though that's still not, like a song on the album or anything, it made me smile this morning listening to it.
Yeah, that was the thing when we listened to that. I was like picking that piece up. It was like, oh, that makes sense. Like hearing the pieces that they added to it, being that I had seen it before.
Yeah. So anyway, we have much agenda or anything to talk about here. Just kind of generally wanted a happy Halloween, everybody. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.
Bye, all you ghouls and... God, damn it.
And that's it for today's episode. If you've listened this far, then thank you, and we hope you've enjoyed it. We're always looking for new ideas, so if you have any questions, comments, or movie suggestions, please send us an email at thehorrificpod@gmail.com, or feel free to comment on or message our Facebook page. Just search for The Horrific Podcast. Thanks for listening.